But Andrew Roraback is back with us for just a couple of moments. In finishing your thought, I think you were saying that the commitment that we've made to those who are currently on Social Security and Medicare is something that you see as sacrosanct. Why don't you pick up from there?
Well, I think, Larry, other than the necessity of keeping the promises that we've made to people who rely on Medicare and Social Security, the discussion that we're going to have as a nation is going to require us to look at everywhere that we spend money and determine what our priorities are as a country. You know, the Simpson-Bowles Commission was put together by the president. He named two very distinguished individuals, a leading Republican and a leading Democrat, to come up with recommendations about how to solve this problem. And not one single one of their recommendations has been even discussed by the members of Congress. We can't think that doing nothing is going to solve this problem. We all are going to have to put the best ideas from every political philosophy on the table and find those things that we can agree to and come together as a nation. What we need to do, and I'm paraphrasing Senator Olympia Snowe, who is retiring from the United States Senate, we as a people need to focus on solutions which unite us, not on solutions which divide us, because solutions which divide us have proven to be no solutions at all.
Okay, let me ask you, for example, because I know some people are critical of Mitt Romney and Barack Obama, that they're just not giving enough specifics for us to grab a hold of. So let me give you one in Medicare and tell me how you react to it. We know that Medicare is made up of, the payroll tax and, of course, premiums. And it depends on, which part of the Medicare Act. And right now, we are doling out about 3 times the number of benefits to individuals beyond what it is that they put in, 3 to 1 in many cases. And we also know that we have no means testing as part of this, and yet about 75% of the premiums to everyone are being subsidized by the rest of the taxpayers or borrowed or whatever it may be. What about a means test? I mean, in other words, why should Warren Buffett have me and you and the guy down the street subsidizing his premium for Medicare? What do you say to something like that? I mean, are you open to those kinds of ideas?
I don't think it's fair, Larry. Warren Buffett has paid his Medicare tax. His employer has paid his Medicare tax. And I don't think it's fair to people who have paid for something to take it away from them. I just don't think that, when we have had a system which people have played by the rules, paid into the system, I don't think we should be stripping benefits from anyone. So, my judgment is that we have to maintain these programs for their beneficiaries in the way they were promised to them.
Okay, what about Warren Buffett Jr.?
Well, I don't know Warren Buffett Jr.
Well, Peter Buffett, I know him. That's his son.
As time goes on, we are going to have to be looking at a lot of different alternatives. But for people on the system, for people that are going to be going on the system, they need to know the program's going to be there in the way that they have expected to be there.
Okay. Let me ask you in closing, for this round of our conversation, we'll talk to you many times before the election. Waterbury, I just need to raise it again because you're from the Northwest Hills and, Elizabeth Esty is from Cheshire. And we want to know, as people have really adopted Waterbury whenever they've been the 5th District Congressman, what is it that you plan to do? What kind of presence do you want to have? And how unique are the issues facing Waterbury in relation to the rest of the district?
Well, Waterbury is obviously the center of gravity for the 5th District, and it's a place that I'm enjoying getting to know better and better every day. There are a lot of challenges facing Waterbury today, and as a member of Congress, I certainly would want to commit myself to making sure that your hospitals have a strong future, that the people of Waterbury will know that there will be hospitals there or a new hospital to serve them going forward. And that's an issue where the federal government will play a role. because so much of the reimbursement that Waterbury Hospital and St. Mary's receives comes in the form of Medicare payments. And the problem with the president's health care plan is that it is taking $700 billion out of Medicare. That will have consequences to Waterbury Hospital and St. Mary's Hospital. And I want to make sure that as a member of Congress, the city of Waterbury becomes an even stronger community, that the economic development initiatives which are underway are backed by Washington, D.C., and that the city sees greater prosperity, greater opportunity, and more jobs, quite frankly, because the unemployment rate in Waterbury, as you know, Larry, is above 12%. That's got to change, and it's got to change soon, and that's what I'm committed to making my service about.
Okay. I want to thank you, Andrew Roraback, Republican candidate for Congress in the 5th Congressional District. We thank you for joining us today here on WATR.
And thank you for the opportunity. I'm sorry the line went dead there, but glad we're back. Thank you.
Okay. It's now 17 minutes after 11 o'clock. Elizabeth Esty will be with us later on this month, so we will keep juggling, making certain that we get to both of them back and back and back so you can make the most informed choice. Now, again, maybe, me putting it out there as a senior, Warren Buffett, maybe kind of threw that equation off, but I want